Psalm 13, a cry from a heart in deep distress. David, the poet king, pours out his anguish to God. He feels abandoned, forgotten, overwhelmed by his enemies. How long, O Lord? He cries 4 times, his words heavy with despair. Yet even in his pain, David clings to hope. He remembers God's love, his faithfulness. He chooses to trust, to believe that joy will come in the morning. This raw, honest prayer resonates through the ages, offering comfort and guidance to all who suffer. It reminds us that we are not alone in our pain. It teaches us that it's okay to question, to lament, to cry out to God in our darkest hour. Most importantly, Psalm 13 points us to the one who understands our pain more deeply than we can imagine, the one who promises to never leave us nor forsake us, the one who offers hope when all seems lost. Reflect on the following true story. Jim was a man who loved life, a dedicated husband, a proud father, a loyal friend. He filled his days with laughter, with adventure, with the simple joys of family and community. Then the diagnosis came: motor neuron disease, a cruel, relentless illness that gradually steals away the body's ability to function. First, it was just a little clumsiness, a slight slurring of words. Then the muscles weakened, the movements slowed. Soon Jim found himself trapped in a body that refused to obey his commands. The vibrant life he once knew began to slip away. Jim's story is not unique. It is a story repeated countless times, in countless variations, across the world. A story of pain, of loss, of the fragility of life. A story that forces us to confront the deepest questions of our existence. Why do we suffer? Where is God? In the midst of our pain, is there hope to be found in the face of despair? As Jim's illness progressed, he found himself grappling with a wave of emotions: anger, fear, confusion, and a profound sense of injustice. Why him? Why now? Had God abandoned him in his time of need? His questions echoed the cries of David in Psalm 13. How long, O Lord? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? Like David, Jim felt the weight of God's silence. He longed for a sign, a word of comfort, a glimmer of hope in the darkness. He questioned God's goodness, his presence, his very existence. He wrestled with doubt, with anger, with the temptation to give in to despair. Yet, even in his darkest moments, Jim couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more. A flicker of faith, a faint memory of God's love, a deep-seated longing for something beyond the pain and suffering of this world. The beauty of Psalm 13 lies in its raw honesty. David doesn't sugarcoat his pain or pretend to have all the answers. He comes before God with his doubts, his anger, his utter despair, and in doing so, he gives us permission to do the same. Too often we feel pressure to put on a brave face, to pretend that we have it all together. We're afraid to admit our doubts, to question God, to express our anger and frustration, but God already knows our hearts. He sees our pain, he hears our cries, and he welcomes our honesty. In the words of C.S. Lewis, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pain. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. Our questions, our doubts, our cries of anguish. These are not signs of weakness, but of a heart that is alive, a spirit that is searching for truth. Ponder these questions as you go about your day. What questions do you need to bring to God? How has he shown his goodness to you, even in your darkest night? Share your response to these questions in the comments so others can be inspired. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the word. Don't forget to donate to our Patreon account so we can continue this mission.